Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we want to talk about a new version of the super minion spam, which I showed you yesterday. But there were a couple of smart people out there which actually thought about way better usage of the new super minion, and that's in combination with dragons. Some people call it the air hybrid because it's once again the synergy of two troops. First off, we have the dragons, which are kinda slow, which are really powerful, and they are not having the most damage in the game. And then the super minions, which are really kinda squishy for air target, or like an air troop, but at the same time they deal tons and tons of damage. So the problem always for super minions is, well, they tend to die kinda quickly. So what you want to have is some sort of tanks in front of them, but lava hounds tend to fly really far ahead, which means they're like getting way too much damage on them. That's why I'm using this air hybrid strategy, and you can use it with bats and you can use it with a lightning spell. We're starting off with the bat spell for this video, and then as soon as after that we will talk about the lightning spell as well in combination with this army. And for all of you guys out there who always thought hybrid, the normal queen charge hybrid, is way too complicated for me and I'm more the air guy, I can just tell you, this attack strategy, that's for you. This is your perfect strategy. If you guys liked E-Drags, but if you guys like dragons overall, this is the way stronger version. I will guys show you exactly how to use that. So first off, on the bat version, you have to identify the splash damage. On this one, we have a lot of splash damage in the core. So how do we get there? There are a couple of options, obviously, but we want to go in the back of the sweepers. Otherwise, we have some trouble because we have only 2 rages, which can kind of like speed or push our troops into the sweepers. So we want to get into the base from the back of the sweepers. The next thing is you have to identify the base and choose the siege machine wisely, which basically means if you have a long way to the town hall, better use the blimp because this makes it's way more likely that you hit the second star. With the town hall out of the way, that should be a pretty easy attack after that, but now everything is getting into the core and you guys see perfectly why this attack strategy is called the air hybrid. You guys see the range of the minions is a little bit longer than the dragons, which means the dragons are always in front of the minions and can perfectly tank for them. Now the bats from the bottom side, and we have only 1 wizard tower already alive, and the main thing about this attack, to be honest, I feel like we didn't even need the bats at this point. Just take a look at how many dragons and bats and super minions are still alive. That's pretty crazy, and we just overkilled this base like nothing. So we just used in the last second the freeze because we don't want to swag too much, I guess. But still, this was a huge overkill once again, and this attack strategy is pretty nuts. But now we're getting to my personal favorite, which is in the combination of lightning spells. I think it's more versatile. I think you can use it in more cases, because if you face like a lot of multi-inferno tower base, it's kind of tricky to use a bad spell attack on this one. So I really like this new style, which is the lightning style of the air hybrid. I don't know really what the strategy name should be. I don't know who came up with this, but I know that a lot of clans are already using this, and it's just, let's just call it air hybrid. I guess everyone knows what I'm talking about with that. Because hybrid, let's talk about why exactly hybrid is good. Because you have the synergy of, for example, 2 troops which make each other stronger. For example, the weakness of miners was kind of their ducking under, so the royal champion is getting exposed. They had the weakness against ground skeletons, and those weaknesses, for example, were gone when you add hawk riders to them. And the hawk riders at the same time have the weakness they cannot defend themselves against skeleton traps, against heroes, etc. So those weaknesses are getting annihilated by the minor edition. The same thing with this strategy, with the dragons and the minions. The minions are not that tanky, which means, well, it's not that easy to get them through an entire base without spending a lot of heal spells, but with having the dragons, you're adding the tankiness. The dragons have the problem, if you don't rage them, they're freaking slow, and they're not dealing that much damage. So that's kind of the problem for them, but with the minion, that's no problem anymore either. So this hybrid synergy is really nice in between of those troops. And on this one, with this setup of 6 lightnings and 2 earthquakes, you can do you can do a lot of different things. First off, what I'm doing on this one, I'm using two lightnings for the sweeper. I'm using 3 lightnings for the air defense. By the way, 2 would have been enough, but either way. And then the next combination is going to be the earthquake, zap lightning, or like lightning combination onto the Inferno Tower. I'm using the lightning to kind of reset the single Inferno Tower, and then I'm using the heroes, which is King and Queen, on the bottom side, the furthest away from the CC. And now it's all about, well, you guys, like, what would you expect? Like, do you think this is still triple? I mean, it's a freaking solid anti-3-star base, right? Like, this is a classic anti-3-star base, how you guys would see them in a war, right? 3 ground, 1 air. This is pretty classic setup for X-bows. So this is a really normal meta base. And what we're doing to this base is disgusting, because you guys can see now the entry into the tower worked. We have no sweeper against us. We choose to use the slammer on this one because there was no purpose to use the, like, there was no reason to use the blimp because the tower would be down kind of quickly. And then using the rage to make sure that we're getting quicker into the eagle. And just take a look. Take a freaking look at this attack. This is not even funny anymore. This synergy is insane. So whenever you guys would like to see an easy and nicely executed attack, go with this attack strategy. This attack strategy is going to become the new meta 100% if the super minions are not getting nerfed. They're insane with the normal dragons together. Their DPS is incredible, and they're kind of tanky for actually being a DPS troop. So that's really, really strong. And we just completely wrecked this base. I mean, we have like 5 dragons alive still and a ton of super minions. So that's pretty good, I would say. But still, because this is my favorite style of the air hybrid, I think we should do one more attack. And I will show you guys exactly once again how you guys attack, for example, ring bases without any problem. Because ring bases are a lot of pain for most of the players out there. But with this attack strategy, you don't care. You do not freaking care. And it's always the same. And it's always, pretty much always a triple. I have not attacked too many ring bases just yet. But all of the ring bases I attacked with were just smashed. And I will show you guys exactly on how to do that just right now. So the first thing which you have to look out for is sweepers and clan castle deployment. Those are kind of the first things which you should take a look at. For us, clan castle at the bottom side, which means our heroes are most likely at the top side, so we don't lose the clan castle. That's the first thing. The second thing is the sweepers. We have 1 sweeper pointing towards the top right, 1 sweeper to the top left, bottom left, sorry. And now we have to think about what do we use our lightnings for. I want to use for sure two lightnings onto the sweeper, and because the air defense is right next to it, I can use an earthquake in addition, and this means the air defense is going to be gone as well. The next thing is kind of you going for the next air defense or the next air damage, I don't know. This base, by the way, has even 4 freaking air X-bows, so this is like, it can't be any more annoying. So first off, we zap, or like use the lightning onto the sweeper and air defense. The next one is going to be on the right side. If I would have hit with the earthquake, the 2 X-bows, we would have gotten them as well, most likely, I think. But still, it's already good value. We got 2 air defenses, a sweeper, Inferno Tower, so pretty good value. We cannot use the combination of the Royal Champion and the like lightning, earthquake combination to get rid of an Inferno Tower because they're really, really deep inside. But now there's the trick. Since it's a ring base, you want to have a good pathing into the town hall, and you should always use still the blimp, because with taking out the town hall, right, like nice and early, you can delay the warden ability, kind of depending on your attack style. Now I'm using my heroes at the top side, Royal Champion on the right side, and I'm not even going for an air defense at this point with my Royal Champion at the beginning. I was just going for pathing, using a couple of super minions behind there, and now just spam it all in, baby, because like I said, this is a really easy strategy. Like, there's nothing fancy in this. Like, the only thing which is kind of complicated maybe are looking for the lightning values, but that's it. We're using the rage in the core to make sure that our troops are getting in there, or like the town's getting down really quickly, because I'm using the dragon and 5 loon combination, now the warden ability, and I still have rage left. Like, this base is not alive anymore. And, well, that's kind of how every single base is smashed by this strategy. It's freaking insane. Believe me, try it on your own. I think this is right now the easiest and at the same time best strategy which is out there. No witch combination can come even close to this, especially in the current meta, because everyone is having ground expos. This is insane. And if you guys want to pick up an easy strategy, go for this one. Don't even try Queen Charges right now because it's freaking useless, because there are too many things which you can mess up for getting the same result as spamming 7 dragons and 10 minions into a base. Super minions, I'm sorry. But still, this attack is a huge overkill, and yeah, I can just tell you guys, try it out. Let me guys know what you think about this strategy as well and how it worked for you guys, because I would love to hear how it worked for you. But so far my tests were pretty convincing, and they were like, we smashed most of the bases with this. My personal favorite is for sure the lightning spell combination. The bats are pretty nice, but more like in war, where you can actually calculate like where's the splash damage and everything, and where you know what you can expect from the enemy base, because if you're facing a legend like a base with 3 multi-inferno towers, it's really hard to get through that. So the lightning combination, in my opinion, for Legend League especially, way better. And that's kind of for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me guys know how it works for you guys, and we will see you guys back tomorrow. Until then, see ya and bye bye.